Malls are dying, technology is taking over, and my food is covered in plastic. Hear me out, we need more marketplaces. Why is it that wandering through a farmer's market on the weekend or strolling through a local market on a trip abroad is so entertaining, but normal grocery shopping isn't nearly as exciting? Imagine Chelsea Market in New York, Pike's Place in Seattle, Liberty Market in San Diego, the shopping street markets in Korea and Japan, or the mercados in Spain, just to name a few. I'm making this video because when I was living in Europe, there was a weekly Friday market in my town square, about a 5-minute walk from my place, and I miss it. It's hard to put your finger on why, but there's something about these markets that just feels right. What is it about these places that make them so attractive to tourists and residents alike? Let's first look at supermarkets. Yes, they're convenient, you can buy different food and household goods all at one destination, but here's what a typical trip to the supermarket looks like. Sterile fluorescent lighting, long aisles with a repetitive selection of processed and imported products, and no personal connection to the people who grew, baked, or created them. These days, you might just turn the corner and see someone shoplifting, but there's nothing you or the employees can do about it. It's no wonder that a trip to the supermarket often feels like a chore. While large supermarkets like Safeway, Publix, and Whole Foods still have a place in our society, they just don't offer the same unique and personal experience that many smaller markets do. American zoning laws and suburbs have made it difficult for many Americans to have easy access to fresh local products on a regular basis. Instead, we go to the grocery store once a week and buy mass-produced, preservative-laden products that can sit on shelves for weeks at a time. Markets that are filled with individual, specialized shops can offer an enjoyable alternative that supports the local economy and environment. And with stores like Amazon replacing many aspects of the grocery experience with automation, it's hard to imagine a future where supermarkets will be any more enjoyable to visit. In a world that's only becoming more and more automated, we should prioritize human connection and personal experiences. Now, there are certain supermarkets that are more fun to shop at than others. Trader Joe's, for example, has built a reputation for offering a wide variety of unique, interesting, and high-quality food and beverage products that you won't find at your typical supermarket. They emphasize a company culture that's focused on providing friendly, helpful service to customers.
Right? It's the anti-grocery store.
Trader Joe's doesn't draw customers in with wide, shiny aisles or high-tech shopping. Trader Joe's presents itself as a quaint local store.
Everything is hand-drawn, handwritten, and that gives the store a very kind of low-key personal feeling. It also gives a feeling that you're kind of in a market or a local store that is not overly commercial.
Except that it is. People love Trader Joe's because they've kept the feeling of a local general store or marketplace. But at the end of the day, Trader Joe's is still, by definition, a supermarket. But this just makes the case that people do want genuine human interaction and customer service, as well as the unique high-quality food. And this is exactly why we need to bring back the real marketplace. Not the supermarket, not a fake marketplace, and not the supermarket, but markets filled with local farmers selling their produce, craftsmen showcasing their handmade wares and jewelry, and knowledgeable shopkeepers who can recommend the perfect cheese or sauce for you. Let's have markets that are made up of small, specialized shops that can offer a wide variety of products. Rather than having one central management, each shop would be owned and operated by an individual who's passionate about the products they sell. Time and time again, I find myself at the local marketplace. This past holiday season, I completed 90% of my Christmas shopping in one day at the farmer's market. Bought some soaps, teas, cookies, oils, keychains, bags, and stickers. There was something cool for everyone on my list. And when people visit me from out of town, I bring them here because they can find souvenirs that aren't mass-produced. Marketplaces can become attractions as well, which can have a positive economic impact on surrounding local businesses like restaurants, hotels, and other shops as well. So let's have markets that enable us to keep the wealth in our local communities and support small business owners. It's true that when independent shops are spread out in unwalkable areas, they can often struggle to compete with one-stop shops like Target and Walmart. However, when enough shops are clustered centrally, they can offer the same convenience as a supermarket and can compete successfully with chain stores. They might be indoor markets, shopping streets, or just temporary stands, but the idea is to get enough vendors together so that people can do their shopping in one trip. So I know some of you are thinking, yeah, marketplaces are great if you're rich. But multiple studies have found that prices can in fact be comparable to grocery stores. Though small farms can face higher production costs, a shorter supply chain can also cut the transportation costs, and cutting out the middleman provides farmers with a higher share of the consumer dollar. If these costs can be balanced, prices at the marketplace can even be lower than chain grocery stores which import most of their produce. Now, in the European town market I mentioned earlier, there was no significant difference in the prices at the market versus at the chain store supermarket. But since I recently moved back to the US, I thought I'd do a little check here. And at least in Hawaii, it checks out. For example, I bought some tomatoes at the farmer's market at $3.50 per pound and a bag of cherry tomatoes for $3. On the other hand, I checked the grocery store and they were selling tomatoes at $4.19 per pound and a small tub of tomatoes for $4.39. The farmer's market was actually cheaper. Typically, prices in Hawaii are always going to be more expensive than the mainland US because of the location.
I'm actually from Honolulu, Hawaii, where it is extremely expensive, and we're gonna guess how much our groceries are.
My prediction.
But it's currently February 2023 and there's an egg shortage in the US due to the bird flu. Now, a dozen supermarket eggs here imported from the mainland are $7.09. The local egg store, which was largely unaffected by the mainland bird flu, is at $5.85 per dozen. Somewhat unbelievably, eggs are actually cheaper here than in California. So, marketplaces can offer us fresh produce and comparable prices. They act as a third place and encourage human interaction and citizen awareness, and they generate local revenue and promote more sustainable practices. Unfortunately, markets like these are few and far between, though definitely on the rise. I say let's bring back the market, not just on vacation and not just on the weekend. Let's create more marketplaces with small and specialized shops and rediscover the joy of shopping for fresh, unique, and locally sourced products. In cities and towns, it's easy. Find a central square or close down a street. In the suburbs, it's a little bit more challenging, but we can repurpose existing buildings like old warehouses, utilize suburban community centers, parks, and parking lots. Overall, the key is to find a location that's easily accessible to the community and has enough space to accommodate multiple vendors. With a little creativity and planning, marketplaces can help to add a little bit more character to a community while giving the economy a little boost and supporting other goals like public health and sustainability. What do you think of markets? Are they affordable where you live? Do you prefer a no-contact digital supermarket? Or maybe you Instacart everything? Let me know below.